Good morning, all 10th standard students. It is a second video we are going today, and same chapters. That chapter name is what? A chemical reaction and equation. This chapter inside, before class inside, we learn about the physical change, chemical change, activity number 1.1 and activity number 1.2. These all things inside we know about the chemical reaction, how is going on to complete, and chemical reactions it's want to complete means what things is necessary is there. Then today we want to know the chemical reaction purpose, what things is important is there, that we are going to know today. So chemical reaction purpose are two things very important. One is reactant, another is product. And reactant and product how is creating we want to we want to know today. And then afterwards we know chemical reaction want to totally complete means so what things is necessary is there. So today we are knowing the factor of chemical reaction, factor of chemical reactions. There inside we want to know the four factors is there, means without these four factors chemical reaction it cannot complete. There inside number one we knowing there is what? A change in status. Always chemical reaction inside what is going on, matter is changing their status. In class 9 inside I teach you the matters how the three status inside divided. It is a solid, liquid and gases. That like same is going on the where in changes in status inside. Suppose examples we want to know. That is what is the examples Mg plus O2 that gives heat and 2MgO. These examples inside. Second we want to C plus O2 that gives CO2. Then afterwards third examples we saw. Third example H2 plus O2 that gives H2O. So these all are examples inside what we are going to know. There inside first we want to know Mg means what? A magnesium. Magnesium is a solids we can say, and another that is oxygen is gaseous stage inside you saw, and ash inside also we can say the solids. Means one chemical reaction inside changing in status inside solid, gases and again solid. Secondary chemical reaction inside it is solid, it is gases, again gaseous stage inside. Means carbon is solid inside we are getting, then afterwards oxygen, then afterwards carbon dioxide, it is a gaseous stage inside. Next third H2 is a gaseous stage inside is there, oxygen is also gases, but water is a liquid states inside. Means these three equations what we learn, the matter is always changing their status. Means chemical reaction whatever the factor is there, their first factors what the saying, chemical reaction inside the always matter, otherwise compound, otherwise elements, what will happen there, change there inside the status will change it. It is the first points we learn. Second we are knowing change in color. Second what is there? Change in color. What are the changes is going on colors inside? You know what is the magnesium is silver color is there. Then after oxygens we can say colorless, and magnesium oxide one ash like white colors be inside. Here is silver is there, here colorless is there, and here is a white is there. Means matter in a chemical reaction inside compound is always changing their status. Then the second equation inside carbon is black colors we are doing, oxygen colorless, and carbon dioxide also colorless is there. These are the second factors we are knowing. And hydrogen gas is there, their gas means colorless, oxygen also colorless, water is a liquid is there, but there also we can say the colorless. Means the chemical reaction inside a second factor what the saying, always chemical reaction inside what will happen, changes in their particular colors inside what will happen, changes is going on. It is the second factor. So third factor also we are knowing. Third In third inside, changing in temperature and evolution of gases. So third point, since I what are the saying, evolution of the gases. Evaluation of the gases inside, what will happen when a chemical reaction is going on, that chemical reaction inside, what will happen, one gas is one element to another elements you want to complete, means there inside a gases are evolution is going on. Suppose examples we were knowing back examples, suppose zinc is there, Zn plus H2SO4 that gives ZnSO4 plus H2 is liberation is going on, means when the chemical reaction is going on, though that chemical reaction inside what will happen, some chemical reaction inside gases are throwing outside, otherwise gases are liberating, that we can say the gases are evolution of the gases, means Zn and H2SO4 means the zinc and sulfuric acid inside, both inside reaction is going on, and then afterwards zinc sulfate product is formed and hydrogen gas is going on to liberate. Another examples I will say, the photosynthesis afterwards what will happen, oxygen gas also is going on to liberate, means such some chemical reaction inside, what will happen, gases are going to liberate, otherwise gases are throwing outside, otherwise another names we can say gases are evolution is going on. Then afterwards next bits we can go, the temperature, without a temperature, changing in temperature, without a temperature chemical reactions is cannot do complete, means the temperature also the chemical reaction inside two types is there, one is endothermic, another is exothermic, means some chemical reaction inside, what will happen, heat is adding inside, that we call endothermic, and sometimes heat is outside also throwing, that we called exothermic. Suppose examples of how the temperature is going on to affect that we want to know in examples inside. Suppose you took the one beaker, suppose this is one beaker. So next positions, what is there, another beakers, it is second beaker we can say, and it is finally third beaker. Okay. We can say the properly, all of you look, suppose we can say this is beaker A, beaker B and beaker C. How is the temperature going on, the effect you want to see there? First this A beaker, inside some pieces of the ice we can add. What we add? Ice species is there. When this ice pieces we are given the heat, hot temperature is given, it is become, what will happen, it is a liquid inside, that is what we consider water will form, that is we can say water. Again this water, normal waters, cold temperature, again cold temperature is given, here minus temperature is given, means again this water is coming on the ice inside, the pieces of the ice inside we can say. So it is a ice we can got, this is also ice is there. So think it, what is this examples inside, it's the example number 1. When one chemical reaction, sometime heat is increasing, otherwise sometime heat is decreasing. means when the heat is, here is ice is there, ice when we heat is given, otherwise temperature is given, means what will happen, it is a status will change, it is solid ice is there, it is a solid, it is a liquid, again it will solid. Means when the whenever the chemical reaction inside, temperature is very very necessary is there, chemical reaction inside, some chemical reaction inside temperature necessary is there, that there inside what is going on, when the ice species is there, that ice species some heat is given, that afterwards what will happen, that status will change, means a solid ice is liquid inside will form, when the liquid is there, their cold temperature is given, again it is the form in the solid inside, means chemical reaction inside water, the temperature also very very important is there. So we learn today the what is the in chemical reaction inside a factor is very important, factors is very important, and next bits what is there. So chemical reaction inside the factor we completed, that factor inside water, the 4 factor is very important is there, there inside first matter is changing in their status, means changing in one status inside, second changing in color, changing in temperature and evolution of the gases, this these 4 factor is very important in chemical reaction inside. So again we are going on to next bits what you want to know today, that is a chemical equation. Equation you learn about, equation words whenever we hear the mathematicals inside, we maximum equation words we hear, mathematics inside what you learn, x plus y plus z, then we will say equation number 1, otherwise a plus b, so small a plus b plus c, that we are saying the equation number 1, means the chemical reaction inside also the some equation is there, that equation also we want to know, means there is some methods is there, that methods how is chemical equation, when words we want to say, when arranging the systematic way inside, when chemical compound is there, elements is there, systematic way inside we arrange it, that we can say the chemical equation inside. So chemical equation representing in the 2 methods, we can writing the 2 methods inside, that is number 1 is there chemical reaction in word, means chemical reaction we are writing in the words, that we called chemical reaction in word, means which chemical reaction writing by the using chemical names, that we can say the chemical word chemical equation. Suppose you know magnesium plus oxygen plus that gives magnesium oxide, this is the equation number 1 is happened, means which chemical reaction using the using the what chemically names, that chemical equations what I say, the word chemical equation we can say. And another is what is there, symbols, chemical reaction in symbols, in shortly that any chemical reaction, another methods they are representing, that formula otherwise symbols using chemical reaction we are representing in a short methods representing, that methods we called chemical reaction in symbols we can say. The suppose examples we know, that is examples C plus O2, that is CO2, means one short methods inside we want to complete it, otherwise you know Fe plus CuSO4, that gives FeSO4 plus Cu, that is the one types of one examples we wrote by the formula, otherwise symbols. Fev means what we called iron, that is we called iron. Another is one name is what we called CuSO4. Cu inside copper also is there, sulfur also is there, oxygen also is there, means this is one of types of what is that compound, it is a compound is there, and FeSO4 also one compound is there, and Cu is one metals is there, elements we can say. So this chemical reaction we not wrote the copper, we not wrote the iron, we not wrote the copper sulfate, means the shortly that particulars compound name, the shortly that particular element's name, using their symbols or formula, we wrote the chemical equations that we called symbols the chemical equation. Suppose the examples, another one to say, in your particular home inside, two names you are calling. Suppose somebody is Sonu, Monu, this is one name is there, and your school inside another names there, your documentally, school documentally another name is there. Mean person one is there, but methods two inside using. Means the school inside what Ram Rao, Sham Rao, other any other names is there, that names but home inside one pet name is same that like in chemistry inside also the person one compound name only contain that only, but calling in the different way. One is chemical name Suddhi we are calling, another is symbols name we want to calling. This is we learning today chemical equation inside two methods we are considering. So chemical equation how you writing, that two methods we learn. Next bits is there, what is there? Writing a chemical equation. The chemical equation representing in two methods, one is words inside, another is the symbols we learn. But writing a chemical reactions, writing a chemical reaction, what is there, that we want to see there inside. The chemical reaction writing the two parts is very important in chemical reaction inside. Suppose one examples we want to see there now only. First we want to know the chemical reaction purpose, what thing, writing a chemical reaction inside, one chemical equation inside, what things is important. Two factors is very important. One we called reactants, one we what we called reactants, another we what we called it is a products. Reactant means what and product means what. These both are important is the chemical reaction inside. Reactant means what the saying, the substance are taking part in a chemical reaction. Means one chemical reaction is there, that reaction inside the particular one part is there. One particular compound, two compounds is there, they taking their part, they are both are ready to react each others, that we called reacting. Means both are ready to react, that we called reacting, other reactants also we can say. Second, we come to know the products. Let's say product also very important is there. Product and reactant inside, what the difference is there, I will explain about the equation inside. There inside you want to see the product means what is there, that we want to know. The new substance, otherwise new product, new compounds, they are formed after the reactions. Means the product name what we called new substance are formed, that we called product. Means react, though two compound are reacted, then afterwards formed contains what we called it is a product we can say. Suppose you know examples we can just say there, Zn plus HCl, that gives ZnCl plus H2. So there inside who is a reactants? Who is a reactants is there, that you want to know. There inside what is considered, these both are what is there, reactants is there. And there is what is taking products. The reactants and product want to say. So reactants which side, it is LHS and product RHS. The LHS downside whatever the coming, that is called reactants, and LHS downside what we coming, that is we called product. Product means a reactant afterwards what they is producing, that we can call products. It is what called H2 gas is there. Okay. That is next bits inside I will say how to write. Okay. Now next bits we are going on to know the writing steps of the chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, how to we want to write it. Chemical reaction, how to want to write in your answers it, other is there are notebooks, how to want to write which steps we want to follow, the chemical reaction inside some particular symbols is there, that symbols where we want to use it, we want to see this video section inside. Oh, okay. So for beat's name is what? The steps of chemical reaction, means which steps we want to follow the chemical reaction we want writing time. So LHS side means always the chemical reaction we want to start or we want to do the beginning in LHS side, and LHS side what is there, their downside what will come, reactants will come, and end of the chemical equation in which side, RHS side. LHS means right hand side, and RHS means RHS means right hand side, and LHS means left hand side. Always the chemical reaction we want to start in LHS side. LHS means left hand side, there inside what, downside what will come, reactant will come, and RHS means right hand sides what will come, that is a product will come. So this is the very first step of the chemical reaction. Again one time I will revise it, listen carefully. That is what LHS downside, reactants will come, and RHS downside what will come, product will come. This is the symbols of the plus, means one elements, otherwise one compound and one elements inside, two persons is there, reactants inside, that time their middles what will come, the additional symbols, means the plus symbols will use. This is a writing by the sometimes product inside also we can use it, sometime in reactant inside also we can use it. So then afterwards next this arrow is reactant afterwards producing compounds showing information. This arrow means reactants is completed afterwards, this reactants afterwards what the product is there, that product producing purpose, this arrow is saying to, this is third steps. This step in chemical reaction inside, triangle like shape is there, this shape triangle like symbols we can use it in particular chemical reaction inside where we giving to add it heat, that time these symbols we want to use it. Step by the 5 the arrow is given for you, arrow which here this like arrow is there. This arrow is what the symbols is giving. It is when we want sometime gases are liberating in a chemical reaction inside, this arrow we can show it. Another one 6 number is there, this arrow we can say additional of the chemical compounds. Otherwise one chemical reaction we are writing, middle some gases we are adding, means this symbol arrow we can use it. These are 5 steps is very important in the chemical reaction. So this today we this video class inside what we learn, that is the first chemical equation, how we want to write it we learn. Chemical equation means what, chemical reaction purpose, what factor is important is there, how the chemical reaction is representing doing, that is 2 methods we learn. One is a chemical reaction in words, another is a chemical reaction in symbols. Then afterwards we came the chemical reaction purpose, 2 things is important is there, then is one is reactants, another is product, and last today we completed what steps of the chemical reaction, which chemical reaction we are writing time, what are the steps is there, that steps how we want to follow it, this video class we learn, and tomorrow video classes inside, otherwise next video class inside we are knowing going to know that the balance equation means what, balance equation purpose, what things is important is there, how to the chemical reaction going on to balance, this all you can see the next video section. Thank you one and all.